my crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are fabulous. I am doing just dandy, thank you very much. Today is day 30. It's the last day of September. Of Dear Prompt. Prompt cards plus art play equals a journal. Journal page, cards, whatever you want to make. We've only got one left. All right. We've got two. I don't know, whatever that is. Let's get rid of one of those. And makes. Let's get rid of the odd man out. Okie doke. Let's see what we've got today. I'm in the mood to create, so let's zoom in here. And, ooh. Our color is warm cocoa. Ooh, that is fun. Warm cocoa. Uh-oh, this one doesn't have one. The action is emboss. And the make is poetry. Oh my goodness. And the element, it must be this one here that's on the... Oh no, that doesn't make sense. Is there another one that's loose? I think that's flour. It says torn paper though, but that doesn't make sense. Let's see. I don't know. It says torn paper. Why would I put a flower for torn paper? I don't know. Oh wait, what's this? That says fold. That came off of something too. They're coming off. Well, we're going to say this one is flower, because that's definitely not torn paper. The element is a flower. We're just going to put a thing on here. Okay. We're just going to write it on. Okay. Our element is going to be flower. Okay. Emboss, warm cocoa, poetry. Got it. Warm cocoa, brown. Brown. I don't know how much of that I have. That is not a color I would normally go towards. I don't know that I feel like using those today. We already used those several times. Let's... let's look in nature. See if there's anything in... If this doesn't work, we'll look in grungy, because I'm sure there's probably something in there. Those are bright. Those aren't going to be dark. Ooh, there's something that's brown. That might work. Maybe we use that with something that's... See, I have a lot of nature ones. Maybe we use that with something that's grungy. Kind of a combo thing, because I think the rest of these are going to be too bright. Okay, let's do that. Let's put this back. M. N. Where's grunge? Grungy. Ooh, that might be interesting. With that, I just know we're going to have something else because I don't like those colors. Because this is landscape. That might be alright. Let's do that, I think. Oh, look at that, how beautiful. Yeah, let's just do these two. Okay. Alright, so we've got the hot cocoa color with warm cocoa, not hot cocoa, emboss. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to cut the edges off of these. And poetry. I need a poetry book. I keep saying that. I keep thinking I'll go thrifting, but I never do. I need to just get on thrift books and see if I can find a poetry book. I order a lot of books from there. It's a good way to get used books that are in pretty decent shape. I mean, you can actually pick the shape you want them in. Okay. Today is Tuesday. Oh, my doggie's feeling a little bit better. He was eating yesterday and drinking again. So maybe he was just not feeling good. He's getting older, so maybe he was just having a rough couple days. I'm hoping that's the case. Okay. I'm going to remove that while we're doing this. Okay, so we'll do this up top. We'll do this up top, I think. Let's mark that. There. What are you all working on? Anything exciting? I hope you're working on something that makes you happy. Alright, let's... how do we want to do this? Let's put it on here. I was watching Janet Nash this morning. She had a video yesterday that I didn't get to catch. So, I was getting it. I like to listen to her. She's so calming and soothing. And I think I gathered today that she lives, like, in London. I never suspected that. I always pictured her living in this little cottage. But maybe she lives in a cottage in London. I don't know. But from her walks and stuff, it doesn't look like she lives in a city. London's a fairly large city. So I was kind of surprised by that. She was talking about a 10K and the malls being the mall, meaning the strip, I think, to Buckingham Palace, if that's correct. I think that's what it means. about that being no cars driving down it and it being empty, and how nice it was that there weren't any cars. And I was like, "Oh, I think she lives near the palace." I think let's use this darker. Should we make that? I kind of feel like this is not going to want to bend because it's cardstock. We're going to have to force this kind of. We're going to have to teach it. We're going to have to teach it to bend. And we need something that's going to grab quicker. What is that? Okay. Let's get this to grab. We just got to train it down. It's because this girl has gotten so chunky. She has gotten such a chunk. I need to, I think today I will release the words for October, the colors. And also, I think I'm going to try to repost the list from Inktober, because I'm also going to be using that list, for the coming month. I am going to be doing a fall Halloween themed journal, so I've been kind of collecting items for that when I see them. Alright, is that better? I think that's better. I think we kind of trained it to stay down there. Alright. Should we make this into a pocket? I kind of feel like we should. I think it would be kind of cool. Let's just, so we're straight here. Let's just, I feel like I'm getting a runny nose today. A bit of a run. I think that will be good. Yes. Lovely. Well, we might as well leave that there. I'm going to need probably to cut something. This is that piece again. It doesn't feel very thick, but it's alright. I definitely want this. So let's cut this. I'm losing my hair all over the place. It's because I washed my hair this morning and clearly it's falling out all over the place. Alright, there's that. I think we can move that. Let's glue this down. Oh, I am so sorry. My hair is just falling out everywhere. Not a good thing, not a good thing. My hair is just finally starting to grow a little bit again and getting a little thicker. I want it to stay that way and not to be falling out. My mom had nice thick hair, and I always thought, oh, thank goodness I'll have nice thick hair, but maybe not. No, my hair is pretty thick. I got a lot of hair. But it sheds just like the dog. Okay. I love that. It's so pretty. Don't you think it's pretty? Yeah, let's grab a thing here. looks about right. There we go. It's flying down my shirt. All right. I love to ink, and I don't mind watching people ink either. It's like part of the process for a lot of people. So, I mean, some people don't like to ink and they don't ink, which is fine. It's, you know, it's up to you. But I don't mind, like, I don't mind watching people fussy cut. I don't mind watching people ink. I just feel like it's part of the process, and if you're a crafter, you understand that. So, I mean, it may be a boring part, but nonetheless, it's still a part. Alright, let's glue this down. Of course, we're going to end on a pocket, because you know me, I love a pocket. I love a place to stash something. Let's get this bent and get this to stay. We're just gonna bend it and warm it to get that glue to activate. Bend it and warm it. I think that's gonna stay. All right. So we've got that. And we need to emboss something. I can't forget about that. Wait, we only have 4. Oh, warm cocoa we did. We need a flower. There are no flowers on there, are there? There are not. I kind of feel like I know how we're going to get around that. I think we're going to use... I need to make more of these because I think I've used almost all of them. I think we're going to add that. And that is going to be our flower. For now. We could use one of these as well. Maybe on the card, because we've got to make some kind of card, right? And we're going to emboss it. So... I think I'm going to use this. And we'll emboss it. Because it's old. Because I don't want to have to cover this up. And this is mine. I'm going to keep it. So I think this is okay to use. Should we use the whole thing or should we cut it down a little? I think, oh, I don't know. I don't think my embossing folders are going to be that big. Let's grab an embossing folder. Let's see. Let's see what we want to use. This is like my go-to. I love that one, but let's try to use something different. Oh, if we used this one, we wouldn't have to use the whole thing. I don't remember how this... looks embossed. Okay. What if we... Sorry, I moved things around the other day. Now I can't find anything. I want to see what would happen if we would emboss a piece of paper like this. And then layer it. Let's see how this would look. Ooh, it's kind of lovely. It's kind of different. I think, hold on. I want to see something. I don't mind this at all. Just have to be careful because this paper is kind of delicate. I don't know, can you see that? It's pretty cool, actually. I think we should tear this. I'm wondering if I did another piece. Here, and then did one that kind of overlapped there. Let's emboss 2 more pieces. Okay. We're gonna go like that. Alright. There's that one. And this one. go. Put that away. Put her away. Okay. So we got that one. Wait, let's do these. And I'm just doing this to give it some more definition, because otherwise I feel like it might get lost in the words a little bit. So by giving it this color, it brings your eye to it. It kind of raises it out of the text. I have to be very careful though. You can feel how, well, you know, and using the embossing folder didn't help the integrity of the paper. You know, it kind of weakens it. Okay, that's good. And it goes along with the coffee part of it. All right. Okay. See, somebody who does not enjoy inking probably would think this is very boring, but it's a necessity for what I'm trying to create. So we're just gonna truck along here. And there's always fast forward. Some people watch things on fast forward so they can watch more stuff. I do not. I'm not one of those people. I like to hear what people are talking about in their regular voice, not sound. Uh-oh, I tore that a little bit. Shoot. Okay. See how delicate the paper is? Because it's old. Okay. I mean, it's not ancient old, but it's old enough. Okay. I think we'll do that. Or maybe we'll use this one here. Here. And then we'll... Oh, wait. Okay. We'll use that one. And then we'll overlap it. And then we'll overlap this. Let's... Okay, hold on. We're gonna tear this white off of here. Saw that Karen's gonna be live, Karen McCoy, every day for the month of October, which is a pretty big commitment. I think we need to tear this edge here. I do believe it's in honor of her deceased son. I hope that I can catch some of them. I probably won't be catching all of them because I'll have to be on the replay crew because she's usually on later in the day. And I am trying to cut back on my lives a little bit. I was becoming a little obsessed. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. We're going to put that so that... Okay, let's try to do this. We're covering up this beautiful paper, I realize, but it's okay. Because we're adding another beautiful paper, so... And we're not covering up the back side of this, so... There's always that. Okay. Alright, let's dance. You know I had to do that at least once today. Because I always do. Okay. There. And then let's... do that. And let's do that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Say that you love me. Oh, it's love me, isn't it? It's not lovely. I just realized as I was doing my poor excuses singing that that wasn't correct. Okay. Let's do that. I know the words are going the wrong way. And if you have a problem with that, you don't have to do it that way. You can... Oh, but wait, we need to straighten them. You can do them any way you want. You can tear them and make them go the right way. Okay. Let's do this. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay. I think this is kind of cool, actually. Actually, I don't mind it at all. Okay. This is gonna be too wet. Kind of is still wet. There we go. Alright. I'm using the large corner rounder for that. And this has flowers on it as well, so that ties in with that. Okay. We got flowers, warm cocoa, and emboss. Kind of feel like we may need to... But we do need a poem. Poetry. Poetry. Let me let you look at that beautiful thing while I try to find a poem to print. Do, 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 do. What is this? Oh my goodness. I'm in something I'm not supposed to be in. Images, images. Do, do, do. I like this one. Oops. Hold on, let me see if I can get this. I'm so sorry. So sorry, so sorry. Alright, I got a poem. Now I'm going to print one out. I need to just print some poems, I think. So I have them. Alright, this is a bit big. I think we need to make this smaller. Let's see, how big do we want it? I want it like 3 inches wide. That looks good. Okay. Ta-da. Should be printing momentarily. And then we'll have that. There we go. Should we tear it? Let's tear it instead of cut it. And then I think I might work on that this afternoon, because I always come up, it always comes up, and then I'm always ill prepared, and then I'm like scrambling, and I feel bad because I'm making you all wait while I find a poem and print it. So I think I just need to print some, or find a poetry book that I can take them out of. I love Robert Frost, so I might get a poetry book from him. Okay, let's ink this up to make it look like it's actually going to fit in here. Love it. Love it, love it. It even kind of looks old by doing that. So let's glue that down. glue this down. So many delicate things on this one. This flower's delicate. It's thin because I used packaging, Amazon packaging, to cut them out after I had stamped the packaging. I need to get that. There we go. Oh, I can't see what you can see because I've got everything covered up. Nothing gold can stay. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. Robert Frost. It's also from, it reminds me of The Outsiders. That's what it reminds me of. I love it. Look how pretty that is. It's actually a very pretty page. Would have never come up with it on my own, for sure. Okay, let's get our pen here. And we're going to do color was warm cocoa. Our element is flower. Our action was emboss. And our make was poetry. I think I used a Robert Frost poem last time too. Alright. Oops, we never glued this down. Were you yelling at me? Glue it down, woman. You never glued it down. You just think it's going to stay there by osmosis or what? There we go. Okay. Let's move these out of the way. And let's zoom in to make sure that we did what we were supposed to do. Okie doke. Can you see this? Yes. You can. Okay, emboss. We embossed the paper that we added to this, which I think that's a kind of cool background. I'm liking it a lot. Flower, there's a flower there, there's a flower there, there's flowers in the embossing. Warm cocoa, we used the brown tones for the warm cocoa. And poetry was the make, and we used a Robert Frost poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay. So, we did a good job. Pat ourselves on the back for sure. I wanted to show you something that I made yesterday, which kind of reminds me of this. It's so annoying me because I have this green, like, old glass type thing that I used to keep my glue sticks in, and I can't find it. I have no clue where it is. And it's driving me crazy. I really I've been looking. So every once in a while I just kind of look around to see, like, did I put something else in it? Where is it? Because I tend to do stuff like that. Look, I had a Kate Greenway book, which is the book that this is from, that my aunt and uncle and my cousins gave me on my 7th birthday. And I had taken it apart a long time ago because it's not in great condition. And so I went and I cut the pictures out, and the ones that were only one-sided, I backed with paper and made into like journal cards to use in a journal. And I do want to do a nursery rhyme like journal, so I think I will use a lot of these in that, like Jack and Jill. And but the other ones, they were two-sided, and I didn't want to cover one side up, so I used I had kept the stuff that stickers, you know, the plastic that stickers go in. I had kept that, and so I cut them around here and I sewed them, and I did like, I think 37 of them, so that it would make them, because the paper was very flimsy, so that it would make them a little bit stronger, but that you could still use them. And, you know, you can put a hole through them and, you know, put the, you know, ribbon or whatever you want through the top of them, fabric or whatever. But, and you could add to them, like you could add a flower or something. But I just thought they were kind of cool. I did try to see if you could iron this. See, you can see with this one. I tried to see if you could iron it, if it would go together like the cereal boxes, and it does not do that, like the cereal ones. But look at that one. Isn't it beautiful? Can you see it? It's so pretty. So her illustrations are just gorgeous. And I was like, I can't cover them up. So I've got to, and then some of them, I had enough to make like the tag bigger. So I made it bigger and squared them off. I did do that for some of them. And I also had, I think it was 3 Blind Mice maybe, or I don't know, some kind of mouse book. And so the one-sided ones I did like those, and then there were two-sided images, and so I did them with the plastic, like the clear plastic. But I thought it was kind of cool and fun, and I was like messing around with different stitches and trying to figure out, I did these first, so I was trying to figure out which ones I liked better, and some stitches weren't working great on the plastic. They weren't liking the plastic too much, so I decided the straight stitch and the zigzag stitch were probably the best ones, because usually I love this stitch, but it just doesn't work well with that. So yeah, I did those yesterday. I cut them all out, and last night I spent the evening at my sewing machine and sewed them all around. And I used the green thread for is it Kate Greenway? Did I say Anne Greenway? I don't know. I think it's Kate Greenway. Anyways, I don't know why I said that. Anyways, and then the little mouse I did in like a burgundy red, but just to give him some difference. So that was kind of cool. All right, I just thought I would share that with you, and I think we're done for the day. Under an hour, that's a good thing. Remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool friends, and we get to make really cool things. And if you use are participating in Dear Prompts, please use the hashtag DearPromptHPC. Remember to give me a thumbs up and leave me a message if you want. Let me know what you're up to. What are you doing? What are you working on? I'd love to know. Alrighty, that's it. Fort Pitt. Catch you later. Ta-ta.